here with the Bucks 1 head coach and first team assistant coach Kieran Beattie. Kieran, awesome week last week for the club. Bucks 1 guys winning in the semi-final down at Exeter. Talk us through that trip and your thoughts after that game.
It was a great week for the club first and foremost, and just coming out the other end of it, I think everybody's knackered but buzzing from it. Absolutely buzzing. Exeter was a great experience for the lads. I think they're saying they really enjoyed it under masses of pressure. We managed to execute our game plan really well, prepped really well, and came out of the other side of it with a great win. Absolutely great win. Moving forward into the final there, we've got Twickenham under lights in 2 weeks' time. Obviously my favourite place in the world, Twickenham. So looking forward to it. But the boys just, we're riding high at the moment, and I think if they apply themselves towards the final like they did leading up to the semi-final, we could be in for a great game.
Exeter had a really big crowd for that game last week. A few of the Loughborough guys made the journey down. I think interesting mode of transportation, but do you think that made a bit of a difference to the lads on the park?
I don't know if the transportation made a difference, but certainly, the boys were great, and beating the drum on the side of the pitch, the boys loved it, absolutely loved it, and it got them going as well, and it was a great atmosphere, great advert for University Rugby, and I think the Exeter guys will have enjoyed that as well. Great as well at the end, we had a lot of the Exeter supporters come up, shake our hands and wish us all the best in the final, so fair play to them. Because as I say, emotions were high in that game, and it was just a great day all round.
And moving into the weekend, we then had Esher at home on the Saturday, very much a game of two halves. So reflections from that particular performance.
Yeah, I mean, just rounding up a brilliant week really. Had that on the Wednesday, had an Esher team that we were confident playing against, but knew that if we didn't nail it, we'd be on the wrong end of a result there. So we did, as you say, it was a game of two halves. We did not execute in the first half. We were 10% off it, maybe a bit of a hangover from the semi-final, and then we came back into it. Don't know what happened half time. Dave Morris, magic words at half time, managed to galvanise the guys, and we just came into it. And I think, to be honest, that's been us all season. We've never had a full 80 minutes as yet, and I think that's something looking forward in the next 4 games we need to look at. But when we get it right, geez, we're hard to stop. And some brilliant tries, some good bits of defence, and we're really looking forward to a massive game against Hartpury.
And going into sort of next weekend, we've got on the Friday night the Bucks final at Twickenham, and then followed by the Saturday against Hartpury in National 1.
Yeah.
Initial sort of thoughts for that sort of double header. Looking forward to that trip.
Well, we go from a massive week last week to an even bigger week in the following week's time. It's brilliant, and this is why you do it. Business end of the season. This is why we all get involved. This is all the preparation, this is where it goes to, and boys are just absolutely buzzing. Is that your phone, Bass?
It was, yeah, sorry.
How professional, we're talking about professionalism here, and this is what happens. This is a team manager. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant, can't wait for it, and there's a buzz around campus, not just about the rugby club because of what it's achieved in the last couple of weeks, but also I think Big Bucks Wednesday's coming up. There's a lot of teams in the final. It's just the best place in the world to be right now.
Final sort of question, Kieran. Twickenham hold happy memories for you from your Scotland days, or one that you've tried to forget?
Have I been involved in a victory at Twickenham?
Probably not, but...
No, the answer is no. So we're going to right a few wrongs. I'll be the one who stands with my kilt on and the Scotland shirt as well. So if you're looking for me, war paint as well.
Cheers, Kieran. Thank you. Here with George Shooter, the assistant coach for the Bucks Ones. George, fantastic game last week at Exeter. I think you were sunning yourself in France at the time, but initial thoughts watching that one back?
Yeah, really good, really good. I was in France. Unfortunately, no one told me a year ago that we'd be in the Bucks semi-final, so I'd already obligated to go and spend 3 or 4 days in Cannes, working hard. The man's got to work at the end of the day. But the guys are great. The preparation for that semi-final was fantastic, really spot on, loads of attention to detail. And then they went out and did a job on one of the best teams in the competition. So.
And looking ahead to the final, have an opportunity to sort of preview Leeds a bit, but initial thoughts leading into that one.
Yeah, they're a very good team. We've obviously played them twice this year. Perhaps the second game was a bit more of a second team from their point of view, but first game up here was a pretty strong team of theirs, and we played really well and won it quite convincingly. But I think they've improved over the season. Had a good win in the semi-final against Hartpury, who are also a good team. So we're going to the final confident, obviously, but wary of a pretty good outfit opposite us.
And back to Twickenham, probably some contrasting memories to your fellow coach Kieran, who's had some dark days as a Scotland analyst there. Any particular memories of times at Twickenham?
I was obviously privileged enough to play for England there a few times. Played for Leicester there quite a few times. I think I think it's probably something I try and get over to the lads. It's an amazing occasion. It's an amazing stadium. It's important to appreciate that and take that on board, but you can't let that overawe you. And I think that was always something I felt when I played there, when I played at Twickenham, whether it's for Leicester or England. You've actually still got to play a game of rugby, so regardless of the surroundings, the crowd, the noise, the facilities, whatever, you've got to put that to the side and concentrate on actually trying to perform. And a few times we ran out there and lost and played badly, and perhaps part of that's not dealing with the occasion well enough. Some of it just not being good enough on the day, to be perfectly honest. But it's a great place. It's obviously the home of English rugby, and the guys would have seen it on TV, and a lot of them would have been there to watch England games or sevens or whatever. So it's just important we sort of soak it all in, but don't let it sort of dominate the day.
Thanks, George. Director of Rugby. Dave, fantastic week for the rugby club last week, lots going on. Talk us through the week and some of your sort of reflections and emotions about that.
Yeah, fantastic week, but it's also a week that actually gets into the business end of the season, so it's under pressure. Probably say it's under fatigue as well. And yeah, we obviously had some great Bucks performances on Wednesday with Bucks 2 winning. And then the Bucks 1 played a really, really strong exercise as well. I mean, obviously being involved with Loughborough for quite a long time, and that was a high quality student side that we played. Played away from home, and a lot of pressure as well. Exeter had a big raucous crowd, and we brought a small raucous crowd to cheer us on, which was absolutely brilliant. But just the whole day, it was really nice that Will Chudley, an alumni player who now plays at the Chiefs, and came down and gave a really inspirational speech, which for me really sort of connected the past to the present, and that sort of connection and that Loughborough network, that really was really strong message from Chudders. Unbelievable performance, not just by the boys, but Kieran is a young coach, first year at Loughborough, supported by George. Those two have done a fantastic job, and the blueprint of that success is completely theirs. But now it's really important that the guys realise that the prize is not playing at Twickenham, the prize is winning at Twickenham. And I'm sure, as George alluded to, you got to enjoy the experience, but I know, Bass, you've been there a few times, and certainly I've taken a few sides to Twickenham. At the end of the day, it's a patch of grass with some rugby sticks, and you get the honour of playing with your best mates next to you. And it's more of a reflection thing once you've got the job done, that you really understand how special it is playing at Twickenham. Then moving into the weekend, great comeback against Esher, and really now stringing together a run of form in the league. But also on Saturday we had our fourth team play a strong Bedford Academy side, and the boys are awesome there as well. And I think really savouring these last few games in the Loughborough shirt. And then on Sunday our thirds played against England under-18s, which is obviously fantastic to sort of serve that England community, as the campus does so much from senior level all the way through the age groups. But good recruitment tool for us, good experience for our guys. So just the whole week in general, and I missed that the first team trained the Saracens on Tuesday as well. Has just been a pretty special week, really. And in order to do weeks like that, there has to be a lot of planning and good comms, and good job there as well. Thanks.
Cheers, Dave. And looking ahead now, this week we've sort of got Bucks 2 and Bucks 3 playing their final games in the league programme, although hopefully the Bucks 2 will have a playoff. So sort of thoughts and reflections on those sort of squad seasons to date?
Brilliant, really. I mean, I've very lucky this year, obviously, with Kieran and George coming coaching the Bucks ones, that I've really been able to sort of go round and get a feel for the whole club, and spent quite a number of match days running touch, running walks at the Bucks 3s or the Bucks 2s, and just observing it. And what's really clear is that if you put a Loughborough shirt on at the bottom of the club, middle of the club, the top of the club, the attributes and the passion of the guys and the coaches are the same. And I mentioned Will Chudley, who gave a chat to the guys before the Bucks final. Now a professional rugby player in a top 3, top 4 Premiership side. He went through the trials, he started in the bottom team and worked his way up and made the most of what Loughborough provided him. And it's not just the rugby development, speak to these alumni, and it's that personal development. Loughborough has talent all the way through the sides, and we're really proud that we can provide that pathway through the club for guys to go and achieve what they want to achieve. So the Bucks 2s, Bucks 3s, Bucks 1s, unbelievable season, not finished yet though, and let's celebrate it hard when the season's finished.
And sort of talking about that final sort of game for the Bucks 1s being at Twickenham, that'll be followed by Hartpury in the national one the day after for the first team. Sort of message to alumni, supporters, vice presidents, etc. in terms of that sort of event and how they can play a part.
Well, it's massive. We've just been talking about that sort of building a lifetime success that we feel the university and the rugby club produces. And we've got so many alumni down in London, but we hope it's not just the London alumni who turn out. It's a Friday night under lights, 7:30 kickoff, and it's about getting behind the boys now and pitching up with your mates and sort of reflecting on some of the stories from Loughborough. And then we go to Hartpury on Saturday, and again, when Hartpury came down here, it was under lights on Friday, and the support that rocked out for us to carry us over the line was unbelievable. And I know Hartpury will be trying to sort of return that in favour of their players. So as much support that we can take down to Hartpury as well to spur the guys on will be really appreciated.
And just looking outside of the rugby club sort of next week, I think we've got national badminton on the Monday, MIT across playing lacrosse on the Sunday, Big Bucks Tuesday and Wednesday, netball on the Friday, rugby Friday night at Twickenham and Saturday at Hartpury. Must be a hell of a place to be at the moment, Loughborough.
It's incredible, and I think the Bucks Big Wednesday being hosted at Loughborough is, first of all, huge credit to the events team at Loughborough holding an occasion like that. But there's so many Loughborough teams that have got through to the finals. I mean, it's literally, I suppose, like a replica of the 2012 Olympics. It's sort of like, the finals are coming home to Loughborough. So it's going to be a fantastic week. And that doesn't just happen by accident. That's a real heritage of sporting excellence, and people just providing passion and support for the students to do the best that they can do. And it's just a completely inspiring place, and we're very, very lucky to work in an environment where it's not just a little rugby silo. We're surrounded by our colleagues and all the other sports, and that Loughborough sport field is really, really strong.
And just final question, we're here sort of next to the gym, and we've talked previously about fitness and diets and chocolate consumption. Feeling good at the moment, Dave, or sort of neglecting that gym work a little bit?
Well, I just got back from a 3-mile run actually, Bass, just to burn off the chocolate brownie that you bought me, just to make yourself feel better while you were eating your 2 chocolate brownies. I don't want this question to backfire on you, Bass, but going all right, thanks.
Just highlighting the teamwork there, I think, Dave. Thank you.
Thank you.